accurate translation with no changes or embellishments?
I do.
Thank you. We have State versus Jose Paquinto Tobar.
Tenemos el caso de la Fiscalía del Estado en contra del señor José Pío Quinto Tobar.
Pio Quinto Tobar, okay. And he's charged with battery, family violence from June 30th, 2025.
Y la acusación de él es violencia doméstica del 30 de junio del 2025.
His case number is 25 CR 3733Y.
El caso de él es el 25 CR 003733Y.
Mr. Pio Quinto, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say about your case during this court proceeding, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Señor Pío Quinto, usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio. Cualquier cosa que usted nos diga el día de hoy podrá y será usada en contra suya.
You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you, and your current counsel is Ms. Tashawn Tucker.
Usted tiene el derecho a tener un abogado. Si usted no tiene un abogado se le puede o no puede costear un abogado puede ser asignado a usted. En el caso de hoy, para el día de hoy, su abogada ha sido Tashawn Tucker.
Right. Mr. Howard, any
23 total.
Y le pide la jueza los antecedentes suyos y el reporte es que tiene un total de 23.
I'm sorry, I was going to ask you about his Forsyth County hold.
Yeah, he's one out of Forsyth, 2012 simple battery conviction.
Y la razón por la que tiene la orden de Forsyth es por una vez que le encontraron culpable en el 2012 por violencia doméstica.
Anything else?
He got a bunch of illegal alien type of arrests.
Okay, thank you.
Y tiene varios arrestos que tienen que ver con la ilegalidad de la permanencia en el país.
And this FTA's for traffic out of Forsyth County.
Y esta orden de Forsyth tiene que ver algo con tránsito, con tráfico.
Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. And the immigration-related offenses all seem to be coming out of Arizona. I will state that on June 30th, 2025, at 2118 Hemingway Lane in Roswell, Ms. Sarah Mora is the victim in this case.
Parece que ahora habla la fiscalía y la fiscalía dice que parece que todos los arrestos que tienen que ver con inmigración son del estado de Arizona. En el caso de hoy, enfrente a nosotros, la señora, I'm sorry, can you repeat for the interpreter the name?
Says Sarah Mora.
Okay. La víctima es la señora Sara Mora en la dirección del 2118 de Hemingway en Roswell. Es cuando sucedió este episodio.
Defendant and Ms. Mora, his wife, were arguing in front of the residence about their 3 minor children.
El acusado y la señora Mora estaban discutiendo en frente de su casa sobre los 3 hijos menores.
And Ms. Mora stated that during the argument, the defendant struck her in the face twice with a closed fist.
Y la señora Mora dijo que durante la pelea, el acusado le pegó 2 veces en la cara con el puño cerrado.
Officers observed a significant knot and swelling above Ms. Mora's left eye.
Los agentes de policía observaron un golpe y un golpe e hinchazón significantes en la parte alta del ojo izquierdo de la señora Mora.
And blackness and swelling to her eye.
Y también el ojo amoreteado e hinchado.
This occurred in front of their 3 children, CP 4 years of age, GP 3 years of age, and BP 1 year of age.
Esto ocurrió en frente de sus 3 hijos, con iniciales CP de 4 años de edad, el segundo de 3 años de edad y con iniciales BP de 1 año de edad.
The defendant's mother admitted to seeing the defendant raise his right arm in the air with a closed fist, but declined to state if she saw the defendant hit Miss Mora and then became uncooperative when the officers tried to get additional information.
La mamá del acusado indicó que había visto al acusado levantar el brazo con el puño cerrado, pero que no había visto si es que el acusado golpeó a la víctima y se negó a contestar más preguntas después de eso.
The state's recommendation based upon the prior simple battery family violence simple battery in 2012, as well as the 2011 FTA is 6,500 surety.
La recomendación de la Fiscalía, basada en el caso anterior por violencia y también basado en del 2012 y basado en la orden que existe del otro condado, son un bono de fianza asegurado de $6,500.
The breakdown is 3,000 on the family violence battery, 2,000 on the family violence simple battery, and 500 each on the cruelty to children in the third degree.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
The breakdown is 3,000 on the family violence battery, 2,000 on the family violence simple battery, and 500 each on the cruelty to children in the third degree.
Y cómo se llega a esa cantidad es por la acusación de violencia doméstica, $3,000, por la acusación de agresión simple, $2,000, y por las acusaciones de crueldad a menores, $500 por cada una.
Stay away from 2118 Hemingway Lane in Roswell. No further contact with Sarah Mora. Third-party transfer of children, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and family violence intervention program.
Aparte de esa fianza, también también la fiscalía pide una orden de que no puede tener contacto futuro con la víctima en absoluto, que puede tener transferencia para visitación a los niños por una tercera parte, que no puede usar bebidas alcohólicas, drogas o poseer ningún arma durante el tiempo que esté bajo fianza y seguir un programa de violencia doméstica y familiar.
We would at this time, we would like to sound for Sarah Mora, and that's all for the state.
Y en este momento queremos pedir si es que la señora Sara Mora está aquí, y eso sería todo por la fiscalía. Your Honor, would you like the interpreter to sound off?
No, she's not here.
Okay.
Miss Falk, the accusations indicate 2 counts of battery family violence. Has there been any changes since then? And it's my fault. I did not read out all the offenses.
No, that was my error, Your Honor.
Y la juez pregunta si es que fueron 2 acusaciones de violencia doméstica.
I did charge 2 counts of family violence battery, not 1 and 1. So the state would ask for let's make that still the same bond amount, but let's do 2,500 on each of the family violence battery.
Y las 2 acusaciones son de violencia doméstica, entonces la fianza seguiría a la misma cantidad, pero cambia a $2,500 por cada una de las acusaciones de violencia doméstica.
Okay, Ms. Tucker?
Ahora es el turno de su abogada, de la señora Tucker.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Pio Quinto is 43 years of age. He has lived in the Atlanta area for 28 years now. He has elementary school education. However, he has become a business owner working in the sheetrock and drywall industry. Oh, okay, I was gonna be
Entonces,
fine.
lo que le dice la abogada a la juez es que el señor Pío Quinto tiene 43 años de edad, ha vivido en Atlanta por los últimos 28 años, tiene una educación de escuela primaria únicamente y que es dueño de su propio negocio, de su propia compañía y hace trabajos en drywall.
He does work to support his wife and 3 minor children. Um, Outside of the battery charge in 2012, he does not have a violent history. We are asking for a signature bond on his behalf, or the lowest bond that the court will allow for. A $6,000, I'm sorry, $6,500 surety bond due to one battery over 10 years ago is doesn't seem appropriate in this instance. So again, we are requesting a signature bond on his behalf. We are asking, objecting to a stay away, asking that he do be allowed to return to his residence upon his release from once he makes bond.
Parte de eso, lo que nosotros estamos pidiendo es una fianza bajo la firma únicamente por la menor cantidad posible, ya que una fianza asegurada de $6,500 por un caso que sucedió hace 10 años o 12 años es bastante. También queremos objetar a la orden de que permanezca lejos y queremos pedir que sea otorgado la posibilidad de regresar a su casa.
Miss Tucker, where does his mother live?
His mother,
Yeah.
his mother is also a leasee at that residence. However, I'm not sure if she actually lives there, but her name is also on the lease.
Y la juez pregunta que dónde vive la mamá del acusado, a lo cual le contesta que la mamá es parte del contrato del departamento en esa dirección, pero no sabemos exactamente si la mamá vive ahí o no.
Due to the alleged injuries sustained by the victim, as reported by the officer, I won't be able to allow him to live with his wife until this case is resolved.
Debido a las lesiones reportadas por el agente de policía a su esposa, la juez yo no le puedo dejar que regrese a vivir con ella hasta que este caso usted vuelva a corte y sea terminado este caso.
On count one is going to be a $2,000 surety bond.
En la acusación número 1 va a ser una fianza de $2,000 asegurada.
On count two, battery family violence is a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3.
En la segunda acusación de violencia doméstica, agresión doméstica, va a ser una fianza con su firma únicamente por medio de la cárcel de $2,000.
And on counts 3, 4, and 5 are going to be a $1,000 each signature bond through pretrial level 3.
Y por las 3 acusaciones de crueldad a menores van a ser $1,000 por cada una y también por firma desde la cárcel.
This is a split bond. He would need to pay the initial $2,000 through a bonding company.
Esto es una fianza, un bono de fianza dividido. Los $2,000 primeros tiene que pagarlos por medio de una compañía de fianzas desde la cárcel.
After that, he would be on a 5,000 signature bond through pretrial services.
Después de eso, va a tener un bono de fianza de $5,000 por medio de la cárcel, únicamente con su firma y por medio de la oficina judicial prejuicios.
He must report to pretrial once a week.
Tiene que reportarse a esa oficina una vez por semana.
No further contact with Sarah Mora. That's
La
one.
orden judicial incluye ningún contacto futuro con Sara Mora
And third-party transfer of the 3 minor children.
y una transferencia o o sea, que le pasen, que le den los 3 hijos cuando quiera usted estar con ellos, una tercera persona.
He can make arrangements through his mother of when he can see the children.
Usted puede hacer acuerdos con su mamá para que ella le traiga cuando usted quiera ver a los hijos.
And she can arrange the pickup and drop off.
Y ella puede recoger y traerlos.
He must stay away from 2118 Hemingway Lane in Roswell, Georgia.
La orden judicial incluye que usted permanezca lejos de el 2118 Hemingway Lane en Roswell, Georgia.
He's allowed a one-time visit with a police officer to retrieve his belongings.
Tiene permiso para regresar allá para una sola visita, una sola vez, acompañado de un policía para recoger sus pertenencias personales.
But he cannot live in that location with his wife until further order of the court.
Pero no puede vivir en esa misma ubicación con su esposa hasta una orden futura del tribunal.
Within 30 days of being released, he must update the court with his new residential address.
30 días después de que lo dejen salir, tiene que enviarle a la corte su nueva dirección.
No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms.
La orden judicial incluye también no uso de drogas ilegales o estupefacientes, no uso de alcohol y no puede tener armas de fuego.
Within 30 days of being released, Mr. Pio Quinto, you will enroll in a domestic violence program.
En el transcurso de los siguientes 30 días después de que lo dejen en libertad,
And you will register.
sorry, Your Honor, tiene que matricularse en una clase de violencia familiar
And you must register and complete all 26 classes in the language of your preference, which I gather is Spanish.
y tiene que completar el curso completo, que son 26 clases, y lo puede escoger en el idioma que usted quiera, que me imagino será español, pero en el que usted quiera.
You must attend and complete all the classes without missing or skipping them.
Tiene que ir a todas las clases sin perder una clase o sin saltarse ninguna clase.
And present your certificate of completion to pretrial when done.
Y cuando termine, tiene que presentar el certificado que le dan de haber completado ese curso a la oficina de la fianza prejuicios.
Do you have any questions about your bond?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta sobre su fianza, bono de fianza?
Sí, quiero saber cuánto es el total que tengo que pagar a hoy.
I would like to know how much is the total amount of money that I would need to pay today.
Today, the portion that you pay is $2,000.
La porción que usted pague el día de hoy es $2,000.
You can go through a bonding company and they charge between 10 to 15% of that $2,000.
Usted puede ir por medio de una compañía de fianzas y ellos le van a cobrar. They charge what, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Between 10 to 15% of the 2,000.
Le van a cobrar, o sea, le van a hacer que les pague entre 10 y 15% de los $2,000.
The rest of his bond is a 5,000 signature bond through pretrial.
Lo que queda de esta fianza, los $5,000, es nada más con su firma por medio de la oficina de prejuicios.
If he goes home and lives with his wife, if he communicates with his wife, or if he gets arrested again for anything else, the $5,000 signature bond will be revoked and changed to a cash bond or surety bond.
Si es que usted regresa a querer vivir con su esposa, o si es que usted no obedece algún aspecto de esta orden judicial, esos $5,000 de fianza que en este momento le están dando únicamente con su firma, van a serle quitados y van a convertirse en una fianza, bono de fianza asegurado con $5,000.
All right, I guess no more questions. Thank you.
Ok, si no hay más preguntas, eso es todo. Muchas gracias.
Ms. Lucia, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good afternoon and happy 4th of July, everyone.
You too. Thank you.
Number 7, hold.
Okay, thank you. This is Deontay Hall, accused of two counts of simple battery and criminal trespass. And the case number is 25 CR 3732C. Incident date appears to be April 9th, 2025. Mr. Hall, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is Ms. Tucker. And any priors, Mr. Howard?
18 has a probation hold. Well, on probation, possession of marijuana, loitering prowling, possession of a firearm by convicted felon. On probation for entering auto theft by receiving. On probation out of car, I got entering auto theft by receiving. Open criminal damage to property at the state court. Unlawful person to be employed by criminal street gang. Yeah, I stopped there.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Any FTAs?
I didn't check.
Okay. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. I will also say he's currently in custody on 25 PI 005299 for battery, aggravated assault, pointing and aiming a gun at another, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and he also has a probation violation, 25 PV. Your Honor, if you'll just excuse me for one moment, I apologize. There's
That's
a
okay.
lot of background noise.
All right.
Okay, that's much, much better.
Okay.
He also has a
Probation violation, you were
probation
about to mention.
violation as
Yeah.
well. Let me just take a moment. I had to relocate myself.
Okay.
Thank you for the court's patience on this. So this case involved the defendant going to the Dollar Tree and having an interaction with the store employees there. Essentially, what occurred was the defendant went to that location. He was denied entry at that location. He then struck both of the employees in the head suddenly, and that was Miss Jaquisa Elliott, and he shoved his way through her to get inside the store after he was denied entry. And then he also struck Mr. Michael Barnes. This occurred at 3599 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Southwest in Atlanta. And I will state the following day, and this is one of the felony cases that is upstairs. It's alleged that on April 10th, the day after our April 9th incident, he went back to that location, was denied entry again by Michael Barnes, pulled a gun and pointed it at Mr. Barnes, which is the basis for the pointing a gun at another and the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And Miss Elliott had to intervene and pull Mr. Barnes back into the store when that occurred. And so I will say, Your Honor, his history is just prolific. The state it does understand, we have talked to pretrial services, that he has no bond on any of his cases in felony court. The state would ask for a $5,000 surety bond on each of the simple battery cases, as well as a $1,000 surety bond on the criminal trespass for a total bond of $11,000. We're asking for no further contact whatsoever with Miss Mr. Barnes or Miss Jakesia Elliott or Mr. Michael Barnes. And we're furthermore asking he stay away completely from 3599 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive Southwest, which is the Dollar Tree store at that location. I will say the reason he was denied entry is because of some shoplifting from that store that had been committed by him, according to the employees.
Okay,
That's all for the state.
all right. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hall is 30 years of age. He's an Atlanta native. He's completed some college, and prior to his arrest, he was employed at a temp service, Randstad, and he does have 3 children that he
Okay.
helps look after. We have no objections to no contact with the alleged victims, Miss Elliott and Mr. Barnes, as well as a stay away from the Dollar Tree at their location. We are asking for the lowest bond that the court will allow in this matter, $1,000 surety on each count.
3732. Then there's a new one, 25 PI 005298. On each count, it's going to be $1,000. That's going to be a cash bond only. And this is going to be a 3,000 cash bond only. To have no further contact with Jakesia Elliott and Michael Barnes, and to stay away from the Dollar Tree store at the location in question, and to stay away from all Dollar Tree stores in the state of Georgia. Mr. Hall will also, if he makes bond in any of his 1, 2, 3, 4 other cases, he'll be required to be equipped with an ankle monitor for a minimum period of 12 months to make sure that he stays out of trouble, stays away from the locations where he cannot travel to. Please unmute courtroom 2. Mr. Hall, you have the right to remain silent. You have multiple felony cases open, not to mention, and if you choose to say anything, your statements can and will be used against you, not only in this misdemeanor case, but your felony cases as well.
I mean, I say what I mean, I'm looking at the truth, cause ain't nothing. I mean, ma'am, everything is on camera. Like all that's a lie. Like the second time I walked past, I was way past the store. They came out the store, got the fine, and came to me. No, I mean, no, that's the truth. I'm gonna take it to trial anyway, cause I didn't do nothing. Man, they
Okay. No, that's perfectly fine. And you have a right to a trial. You completely right.
The 2 workers you said, they got fired, so they not even up there anyway. They hit one of the officers, another security trying to get to me, and he pressed charges on them. I should have did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
So let me explain to you
Everything.
what a bond, let me explain to you what a bond is. This bond is not saying that you are guilty of the offenses.
I'm saying the
Okay, no, listen very carefully now.
like getting free, like I could have been doing this on the street, and I'm innocent. But I'm gonna take it to trial though.
You are presumed innocent in the eyes of the law. This bond is simply a reflection of your inability to avoid reoffending.
I just feel like everything you were saying on the allegations, that's not everything that happened. Like it's a whole.
I am not basing my bond on the allegations. I'm not basing my bond. What the prosecutor has just said is the reason why you are arrested. There's probable cause for the arrest. And you have a right to go to trial. And at the trial, the prosecutor will have to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. I'm just looking at your criminal record history with just Fulton County alone since 2015. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022, again 2022, 2025, and you have multiple open felony cases and multiple probation cases. You have just got a habit that you cannot avoid getting in trouble with the law, and therefore the bond reflects that history is not a testament to the current charges.
I just hope at the end of all this, when I win and take it to trial, I just hope you have the same. Come on.
$3,000 cash bond only, ankle monitor. Good luck.
I got to pay straight cash.
Number 8 waiver and number
What?
9.
8 and 9 are waivers, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
They got two cases. No, I'm sorry. That's 9 and 10.
Yeah,
My
9
bad.
is Jones.
Correct.
Right.
So-
I do have a question. I know we're going through the waivers currently, but position number 17.
His posted bond.
Oh, he posted bond. Okay, thank you.
So
That's
release.
the only
and
one I
come
didn't have
out.
an answer on.
Okay. So Miss Grace, let me see. Okay, on Carter Jackson, accused of willful obstruction and criminal trespass, position number 8, case number 25 CR 3722Y. And Mr. Jackson is represented by Mr. McLean. And any priors, Mr. Howard?
13. Got an open trespass out of the city of South Fulton. Shoplifting out of East Point. On probation for shoplifting in state court. 2024 FTA. 2 of them.
Okay,
2024 disorderly conduct conviction.
thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. The bond on this case is currently set at a $600 surety bond.
Mhm.
This incident occurred, and he originally had just one case of the willful obstruction. The state added a count of criminal trespass. This incident occurred on July 1st of 2025. The defendant was at 3503 Camp Creek Parkway in East Point at the racetrack at approximately 8:45. He would have been previously asked to leave that location at 7 o'clock that morning when he was found sleeping in front of the business. And the business owner asked that the business employee asked that he leave. At 8:45, they made contact with him again at the same location. He refused to give his name. They then placed him under arrest, and he finally gave his name to the jail detention officers. And at that point, he was charged with willful obstruction. The willful obstruction charge carries as I stated, I believe it was a $600 surety bond. The state is asking for a $1,000 surety bond total, $500 on the willful obstruction, $500 on the criminal trespass. That's due to the fact that he's currently on probation in our state court for a theft by shoplifting charge when he picked up these new charges. That's all for the state. We do also ask that he stay away from that racetrack. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons at this time. And that address is the 3503 Camp Creek Parkway address in East Point. That's all for the state.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, Mr. Jackson tells me that he is a high school graduate and he's a student now somewhere else. He's local. I noticed his address is local. And we would ask the court to set the lowest bond that it feels appropriate.
Okay, 500 on each count. This is going to be a $1,000 surety bond. Stay away 200 yards away from the racetrack gas station in question. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Next court date is July 15th. The next case I have is with position 9 and 10, Rufus Jones, who's waived appearance. He's accused of criminal trespass from June 30th of this year, 25 CR 3689C. And he's got another count of criminal trespass and possession and use of drug-related objects from February 17th of this year, 25 CR 3690C. Mr. McLean is his counsel. Any priors?
75. At least. 2025 FTA probation. 2025 trespass NOLO. 2025 terrorist threats trespass NOLO. I got 2 FTAs from 2024. Got some charges out of California, carrying concealed dirk or dagger conviction. One from 22, one from 21. 2019 trespass conviction.
Thank you. Ms. Falk? I'm sorry, unmute.
Apologies, Your Honor. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
This incident happened on the first incident happened June 30th of 2025. The defendant went to the Quick Trip at 7761 Marcus Boulevard Northeast in Atlanta. He was identified by the employees as having been given a criminal trespass warning and being banned from that location September 15th of 2024. So he was taken under arrest. The defendant then on, June 30th of 2025 went back to that same location, which is, give me one moment, Your Honor. I know I was looking at the wrong second packet of warrants. I apologize. On February 17th of 2025, the defendant had gone back to that location, 761 Sidney Marcus Boulevard, the Quick Trip gas station, after being trespassed again previously, and was placed under arrest. When he was placed under arrest, a pipe, which is commonly used to smoke cocaine, was found on his person. Currently, he has a $3,000 surety bond on these charges, $1,000 on each. We would agree to a $1,500 surety bond total, $500 on each. No further. Stay away from Quick Trip located at 761 Sidney Marcus Boulevard in Atlanta. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And if Your Honor does give any sort of pretrial services bond, we would ask for random drug screens. That's all for the state.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, he lives in Forest Park at the Ashton Walk Apartments. Right, Ashton Walk is the name of the apartment complex. He rents there. He is a high school graduate from Douglas County, and he works in warehouses. And he asked the court to set the bond as low as it can.
Yep. $500 on each count. For position 9, it will be a $500 surety, reset to July 15th. For position 10, it's a $1,000 surety, $500 on each count. Case is reset to July 15th. And both cases, to stay away from the QT gas station at 761 Sidney Marcus Boulevard in Atlanta, Georgia, which is such a shame because their soft serve ice cream is particularly good there. But and I think that concludes our calendar. We can go down the calendar.
We have one more waiver. It's the waiver with the
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I forgot. Okay. Miss Grace, can we stop the live stream now?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And Miss Bridgewater, did you get my message with the names?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Thank
Okay,
you so much.
Great. I didn't know if the formatting was going to work. So
No,
that's
I screenshotted it, so I'm good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's going on with Isaiah Eric Roseman?
I was just about to ask you that,
That
Jen.
was apparently that was a citation. I think what happened is it may have just been filed down while I was in the midst of my, file-a-palooza on the SEA cases and got pulled onto the calendar. He actually is not in jail. I went back and double checked. He's not in custody. It's not it wasn't a case he got arrested on. It was just worked up by one of our trial line attorneys, and it looks like it just got swept up with all the other cases.
Is this an open case or is this an NOD?
It is an open case.
Okay, so I'm just going to put down released and further notice. Okay.
Right. It looks like